Sophia here and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm bringing you a special recipe.
So today I'm going to be making ham breads. This bread is usually from Venezuela. It's not a Portuguese recipe, but it's become more and more a tradition around Christmas time here in the island. So I'm going to share with you the recipe that I make at home. So for this recipe, I'm going to walk you through what you need to use, okay? So you're going to use some flour, some milk, yeast, sugar, butter, 3 eggs. Now for the olives, I've bought some without pips and I've just sliced them. But you can use those with stuffed peppers. It goes well as well. I've got some raisins, some salt. And for the ham, I'm using smoked ham. You can use normal ham if you like. And some smoked bacon. All the quantities, the exact measurements will be in my comment box below, so you can follow all the measurements exact. For this bread, I'm making enough dough that will make 3 breads, okay? So I'm going to show you how I get this together.
So I'm making enough dough for 3 breads, okay? I usually do them in 3. To this flour, I'm going to put all the dry ingredients. So I'm going to add the salt to this. And I'm going to add the yeast. That's about 10 grams of yeast there. 150 grams of sugar. Okay. And you want to get this mixed. Again, you can use a mixer. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. I'm doing it by hand. Okay. So to this, again, you're going to add 2 eggs, sorry. So 1, 2 eggs. The 3rd egg you're going to need it at the end, okay? And slowly you're going to add to this flour the milk, because you might not use all of it, okay? So let's just pour it in slowly and mix it. So let's get that mixed. So I'm going to add the rest of the milk in because mine is still quite dry. And I'm going to go in again until it's well combined. So once you get this sort of sticky consistency, you're going to put some flour on a flat surface. And you're going to knead it for about 15 minutes by hand until you get it smooth and elastic, okay? So I'm going to put mine. So what you're going to do is just knead it for a little bit. So as you can see, it's getting smoother and it's not sticking to your hands. At this point, we're going to start adding our butter to it and we're going to work the butter into our dough. So we want to put a little bit more flour on our surface. We'll open our bread. And we're slowly going to work in this butter. As you can see, it's room temperature, so it's real easy to just work the butter in. It's a bit messy, but don't worry, just keep at it. Once you add all your butter in, you're gonna have to put little flour as you need the butter into your bread because it's gonna stick to your counter. So just keep adding just a tiny bit of flour. Once you get to this consistency that you can see here, still a bit sticky, but you keep working it. Like I said, about 15 minutes. Mine is still a little sticky, so I'm gonna add a little bit more flour to it. Right, so this is, if you're doing this in a mixer, all you have to look out for is that it looks smooth like this and elasticy, and it should be ready to take out. If you're doing like me by hand, just keep adding a little flour in. So this is what you want, you guys. You're gonna leave this inside a container so it rises for about 40 minutes. So once you get your dough to be like this, elasticy and bouncy, just get it in a dry container and let it rise for 40 minutes. So now our dough has been rising for about 30 minutes. We're gonna start making our bread. So now we're gonna put some flour on a clean surface. Right, my surface is quite small, but it's enough for the size of the bread we want. Okay, so once you've got that floured, just get your bread out. It should come out really easy. What you want to do with this dough is you want to cut it into 3, right? Because there's 3 breads. So roughly, you can measure this if you like to measure it. I do it by eye. So I've got 3 there. I'm gonna make them into some balls like this and put them to the side so I can work on each one. So now what you want to do is you're gonna roll it up, right? So make sure you've got enough flour on your surface so it doesn't stick to it. Yeah. Got it like that. I've got my rolling pin, which I'm gonna flour as well so it doesn't stick. And I'm gonna begin to roll out my dough until I get it quite squared off so I can put my filling in it. Try and make it squarish if you can. This rolling pin is a little small, but we'll get the job done. So I've been rolling mine out, as you can see, and it's squared away. You want it this big. I've taken a little bit of the dough out, just that much, for the end because we need it for the top of the bread, but I'll show you what I do with it next. Okay, so let's fill our dough in. So now what you do is you go in with your ham all over the bread like that. This is about 200 grams of smoked ham that I've got here. So now I'm going to add in my bacon. Doesn't have to be full of bacon. So just spread it out as much as you can, like that. And then you just want to add your olives and your raisins before you start rolling the bread. And here you can add as much as you like or as little as you like, it's up to you. Go in with the raisins. Right. So now we're gonna roll it. What we need to do is you're gonna fold the sides, right? First, like that. And then you're gonna start pulling from this side, like that. Just pull that closer to you. Again, pull the dough a little out, stretched like that, so it glues when you close it and it doesn't open. Okay, just pull it a little bit, like that. And then you close your bread and everything is closed. We are gonna put, just for garnish, this little bit, we're gonna, let me just put this to the side, roll it out, put a little flour. I'm gonna roll this out and I'll be with you in a sec. So now I've rolled out this little plate that we're gonna put on top of our bread. Just get some water so it sticks and just run across your bread like that. And just stick your plate there like that. And then just go underneath like so. We want to grab our scissors and you want to just cut little slots like that, just to make the dough pretty. That's all it is. So grab a little bit of water to the side and just pull on it, and to the other side and just pull on it like that, and to this side just pull on it. Just keep doing that the whole way down. You want to grab yourself a fork and you want to put some slots in your bread, because this is going to bake and it's going to steam inside, so you want to let some air out just by your pleats like that. You don't need to do it all over the bread, so you can let the steam out and just put it in your tray. So now our bread has been rolled out, as you can see, and it's on a tray. We're going to have to let this rest for about 30 minutes because they'll grow a little bigger. It's really heavy, actually. So let's leave this to rest in a warm place and we'll be back in 30 minutes to put them in the oven. So now our bread has been resting for 30 minutes. We're going to pop this in the oven for 25 minutes at 170 Celsius, okay? So let's pop them in the oven. Now we're going to get our wash ready. So all you need is just the 1 egg and some honey. You remember sugarcane honey I spoke to you about? If you can't find sugarcane honey, you can use molasses, okay? Just get one teaspoon of sugarcane honey, maybe 2 actually, okay? Because we've got 3 breads. And to this, you're gonna add your egg. And you're gonna mix everything together. And this is what you're gonna brush your bread with after it's cooked for 25 minutes. So that's all you need to do, really. And it's ready to be brushed. So now, after the bread has been cooking for about 25 minutes, you get the bread out of the oven and you brush it with your egg and your molasses. In my case, it's honey, sugarcane honey from Madeira, right? So you want to really brush.
now it's the final countdown. It's 15 minutes. It's been brushed. It goes in 15 minutes and we're done. So let's pop them back in the oven. And we finally finished, you guys. Look at this, golden brown. It's absolutely gorgeous and it tastes amazing. I hope you try this recipe, and don't forget to click my subscribe button to see the next videos that come up. And I'll see you in my next video.